and now a little bit more.
Hey! Welcome to
Welcome
Hirac,
to Hirac
Delest.
Delest.
Yeah,
We're here.
we're
It's us.
here. Where's our checklist that has done us so well?
We have a checklist for this?
Yeah.
Well, how organized?
Eh.
Like we're professionals or something.
Oh my god, it's Daxter from the game.
Yeah.
In real life.
How did you pull him out of the
Canon.
game and put him here?
The man, the myth, the trash cat himself.
We got him printed
You
off
know-
of Redbubble.
This means that I'm gonna have to bring Pony in the game sometime, and that's gonna be
Pony's already been in the game.
Pony's
No,
a
like,
petting zoo.
here.
Yeah, Pony has to come into your house. To be
Yeah,
able to-
Twice.
that's what I'm saying. See, Austin,
Oh.
Austin right away
Right.
got what I was
Alright.
saying.
Pony's got to be on camera somehow.
Yeah.
I knew that we had talked about it before, so I knew that Austin was going to put Daxter in the game because I asked him to. I didn't think he was going to give me a way to name him Daxter. That was a surprise that I enjoyed.
I was thinking Nintendo Power, and you were going to name the cat in the game Link.
No, I knew exactly what he was on about, especially, he said the old video game magazine, and I was like, oh, it's Jack and Daxter on the front. But he was like the weird elf, blonde elf, and I was like, yeah, it's Jack. He's got a little otzel on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Alright, what is this checklist? Let's talk about this
The
checklist.
first one says discuss the show.
Oh. Well,
Already in
Okay.
progress.
Yeah.
pretty cool. We have a house now, I guess, and the deed for it, which is nice.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to think because I don't know what California's history is enough. But also, I guess spoilers. Are we in California?
Yeah, Ocean Grove,
I know.
California.
I know we are. I'm kidding.
Right. Okay, sorry.
The Underground Railroad is very southeastern, but I am assuming that Oscar Chaplin is an escaped slave or something.
I think, regardless of what, like,
Just because of
who
the
he
emphasis
was,
on free man.
Yeah. I think that he modeled this house after things in the Underground Railroad, for sure. Regardless of, regardless of whether he was a freed slave or if he was a Confederate soldier that, like that Matthew McConaughey movie, like, turned his back on the Confederacy. Free State of Jones.
The one where he goes out to outer space and the time goes up.
Yeah, that one.
The Lincoln Lawyer,
You know what I'm talking about.
So I think that, like, I think that regardless of who he was, I think that statue might be of him. And that's
what I
why,
was
like,
thinking
the
originally.
name was scratched off, and, like, I think that he might be a Confederate soldier that found that freedom for all people was more important than whatever the South was fighting for, which was the opposite of that.
I think he's an ex-Confederate soldier who might have freed the mother and child he was talking about. Not freed, but helped. And something like that. That's kind of the impression I was getting, which is why when we were doing stuff, Grant looked at the sword and said, I think this guy might have had some regrets. Like, that was what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was imagining a slave that murdered a Confederate soldier, stole all his shit,
Could be that.
and
Could
like
be.
murdered
I
him
don't
with
know.
his own cutlass, and then stole all this shit and moved west. Because I would keep that sword as a trophy with that motherfucker's blood still on it.
I want to I don't really necessarily like. I think that we'll get I like the idea of getting that through the journal that we can study for an hour at a time.
Yeah,
But I do want to know from Austin. I want to know what your thoughts and feelings are of finally getting to the end with all of our paranoia. And did you at any point think about yeerking any of us at the beginning?
Before we started the game, I was like, if anybody asks me, I'll roll with it.
Okay.
But nobody asked.
nobody did.
The Cameron stuff. So, like, there's still more Cameron. He's here.
Of course, he's around.
I did think you guys were gonna think he was a Yeerk pretty much off the jump. Like,
Yeah, really.
Well, I had ideas of like you guys might think he is. What am I gonna do? And I've had the plan for him to fake it for I don't know how long we've been doing this, but
For the joke, yeah.
yeah,
It's
been
good.
a while. But yeah,
Really glad that none of us were.
Me too.
So I did not want to deal with that.
I'm still riding solid on my Cameron theory right now, but I'm glad that he's not a Yeerk at least.
Oh, thinking he's something else, something bluish.
No, that one's not mine. That I could see
Oh.
it, but no, my theory is still that just narratively speaking, Austin has set him up to Nothlit.
That's a solid theory.
Alex, you got anything to say about it, the show, or the Cameron, or the
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have my own Cameron theories, and it's kind of less game theory, I guess, or like less like I don't know how to say it exactly, but basically I think that Cameron is there because probably one of us is gonna die and we're gonna need a role to step into once we
wow.
die.
You think Cameron is the backup player?
I
Yeah.
think Cameron's the backup player for when one of us goes.
Damn.
That's so funny.
That's why I don't share my thoughts because they're dark and sad.
So with that's called meta thinking, Alex. Just
Yeah.
because you were looking for the word. I was just like, that's when you think outside of the game, outside of your player, it's meta. So now you know how to describe it.
There you go. Now I'm saying dark shit in meta as well. Welcome. This is the next dimension of dark shit I have to think about.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Well, so next on we pretty much done the Cameron thing because there's like where do we stand on Cameron this week, and I think we pretty much got that out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the checklist.
Favorite moments.
Deciding to bury Oscar.
Yeah.
I think was, man, that was a good scene.
Yeah.
Like the heart.
That was a really good scene. Yeah. And for especially with us just being dumb dicks the whole time. All of us were too. It wasn't just Reese. We were all out. We're gonna rifle through this. A bullet, keeping it. Coat, keeping it.
Necklace mine.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the entire thing was during that scene, Alex, that reading of the letter was amazing. And Austin, the writing of that letter was fantastic, dude. You guys, like, together pulled off both halves of that. And yeah, Alex, your delivery of the letter was very, very good.
That's all I can hope to do is support Austin's great ideas.
I'm a blush.
We got to name the episode. We need a spot for naming the episode in the Hirac Delest, by the way.
All right, I'll put it after Grant rumors.
I think should we? Well, okay, we'll talk about it later then.
My favorite moment was getting back to the city. Like now,
Finally,
yes. Like it
You're
was
sick of us.
no. Don't get me wrong. It was cool. Like these episodes have been cool out in the woods and stuff. I'm just ready to get to the city stuff where you guys start interacting with more people, maybe some patrollers. It's making me excited. Basically, that's why it was my favorite.
this was a long, drawn out. It took longer than I thought.
Yeah.
It would. I really thought this would be at most 2 episodes.
He kept giving us really good shit to play with, man.
But
There was a lot of good stuff in there, but it definitely took longer.
a lot of really excellent character development, and really the storyline still progressed. We all got wolf morphs, we all got an owl morph, which are both exceedingly useful. We found the redacted in the woods in a car stuck in a rock.
Yep.
And secret tunnel.
Yeah, and we got character motivations and reasons for fighting, so that when we all jump into stuff, like we have reasons to know what's going on.
When we give a shit, it makes sense.
When we give a shit, it makes sense. As far as favorite moments go, I liked all of that. I liked the Oscar scene, with us deciding to to give him some dignity and bury him, and the conversation of like, should we disturb this place? Should we, make it look like it is? And I'm like, no, man, we should bury him. That stuff was great. I feel a little self-involved saying it, but my favorite part was because I very much had a plot beat set up that I had talked to Austin about Grant is going to kind of plan a whole solo heist thing of where I was going to like chloroform and kidnap Ricky, and hold him somewhere, because that was something that Grant was thinking about that was really getting him through stuff, and he got excited in the moment seeing the house and thinking that was a way to do it, and pitched it to the group, and then started talking through it and realized that can't fucking happen, and it broke him. I didn't expect to talk myself out of something that I had planned in character with you, Austin, but it was a good moment that made a lot of sense.
Alex Q, you don't want to? Have you already said?
Oh, my favorite moment was Alex.
Oh yeah.
I had a couple favorite moments actually. And one of them was just Reese losing control of the owl. That was great. And like a second before Cameron let him go, I was like, oh, Cameron's gonna fucking fuck this up real bad. And so it was great to like have that kind of play out the way it did. I liked that Reese as the Estreen just kind of got to bubble up and do all sorts of gross shit. It was pretty great. And then another favorite moment of mine is how many times you guys just started to riff on each other to give me an opportunity to just be like, and Savannah's done, exit. Because that's like very much a her thing that's hard to come across. So you guys set up a bunch of opportunities where you let me just show instead of tell. Yeah. And it was great.
What was I about to say? Oh, so I got confused in my head right before we went to break about where everybody was. 'Cause we talked about it in the episode. I'm probably going to cut it out. But I thought all of you guys took off after Reese. And I was like,
left Cameron.
Cameron's there alone.
We talked about doing that. And then Zach,
I had a very concrete plan.
Yeah,
that it was going to be you leave, then I'll leave, and Cameron is ready behind me.
Zach very specifically said, I'm going to stay behind for a minute. You go ahead.
Yeah. But 100% I believe you. I was just like, in my head, that's what. Yeah, so like, I was like, I knew he wasn't a Yeerk, but I was like, this is going to be good. I hope it doesn't restart the 3 days.
We're going to have to restart the 3 days. Oh my God.
Another 6 episodes.
If we had restarted the 3 days, I think in character, all of us would have just screamed in frustration, and then we would have skipped 3 days later of us sitting around a fucking table.
Yeah, that would have been a real skip. It would have been like, all right, now we're here. You guys stay another 3 days. You're going to have to deal with the consequences of it, but we're not going to play through the
yeah.
Like
I thought there was a time when I thought we might have like fucked up, or we might fuck up and have to restart the 3 days. But at that point, like, nah. Like, if it had happened at the beginning of our treks, like, sure. But no.
Not at the end. Not like these.
So
not like this.
This list is not put together very good. It has scary moments, new theories, new developments / theories. So I'm just gonna roll it up. Do you guys have any scary moments or new developments or theories that you want to talk about?
No, I think for once we kind of wrapped everything up really nicely.
Yeah,
by being like,
this was our first arc.
We don't have to be paranoid about shit. It was nice for us to all finally be able to breathe a sigh of relief and go, cool, everybody's actually okay.
Yeah.
Except for when Austin said 5 minutes later, Reese, what do you really do? That would fucking scare the shit out of me.
Scary moment for sure. I expected us to like have a full-on brawl with Reese there.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were gonna, for one, get freaked out when I said Cameron grabbed his head, fell down, and then when I was like, "And Alex, what does Savannah do?" I thought that was gonna perk people up.
That got me.
Panicked me.
Got me a little bit.
And then I was
like, the one person I never suspected.
Yeah, I had a very brief moment with Savannah, but I know Alex well enough at this point that I looked at her face and went, "Oh no, we're good."
Yeah, she doesn't know. She doesn't know what's coming next.
I looked at Alex's face and I was like, "Oh no, we're good." When you did Cameron, I know you well enough at this point that I was like, "You're just a fucking."
He's goofing.
You're just.
I didn't even react. I was just.
I didn't really react to that one. When you did it again with Reese, where you're like, "What does Reese really do?" That's when I went, "Fuck."
Oh shit!
All right, so about 5 minutes goes by. Reese, what are you really doing?
Yeah.
I'm making my way out. I need to get away.
I thought the 5 minutes would be like a nice little like throw off.
Yeah, it wasn't noon exactly or whatever. It was
Right.
Yeah, cool. Character details. We're gonna start. I think the first we did it the other way. We went Q first and went around on my screen, so we're gonna do it the other way now. Alex, you get to go first.
Oh, well, I'm going to, not to destroy everything, I'm just going to do a quick switcheroony with Nate so I can ride his fact coattails.
Okay.
Oh, right.
That's fine with me.
So I'll go. So I go first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Zach is a major supporter of the theory that all foods fit into one of three categories: soup, salad, or sandwich. And he has defended this for years. Unless it's a single ingredient. Single ingredients are just themselves. But any other food is either a soup, salad, or sandwich at its base. And he will defend this. He takes any challengers welcome.
You guys can actually go on the Discord, and there's a soup salad sandwich channel. You can put it in there. Nate will be the deciding factor. Yeah.
The authority.
He may do it at 11 o'clock at night, at which point Alex will yell at him to go the fuck to sleep.
That's also true.
But you'll
Alex
still get to see it.
My mom, basically. Making sure I go to bed.
Horrifying. I don't want to be anyone's mom. So anyway, Savannah's fact this week is the reason Nate had to go first is that Savannah did at one point make Zach sit down for an entire weekend and documented every single instance they could think of this and created a kind of tree of life wheel of all the different soup salad sandwiches and how they go in there. So she actually has a really large binder in her bedroom with just like charts and graphs, and like the problem is she keeps trying to find the consistency of which things switch over to the different group, and there's inconsistencies in this. So she's still working on it.
This is her senior year science project, basically.
That's her thesis. I want to know two things. One, did we make up bullshit Latin terms? Like
obviously.
the family Supalia.
Obviously, yes.
The family Sandwichia. Okay.
That
good.
happened on a wine night. You guys were drinking, and you was like, let's make up funny Latin names.
The one time I got Savannah to smoke weed.
Yeah.
Then the other is like there are subcategories that have been defined for each, and we've discovered like certain things like moisture seems to be the only deciding factor between soup and salad.
Yes.
And having something handheld is the only way that it could be a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
But
so you could have a lettuce wrap. If you put a lettuce wrap in a bowl, it's a salad. If you pick up the lettuce wrap, it is then a sandwich while in your hand.
Absolutely correct.
Nice.
Any sandwich that is already a sandwich is still a sandwich if you wrap lettuce around it.
What's a corn
But
dog
if that
dipped in
lettuce-
au jus?
A corn dog dipped in au jus? How dipped?
All of it.
Like what's the moisture content?
Soggy.
Soggy?
Soggy corn dog.
Does it stay on the stick?
That sounds like an Urban Dictionary thing that you should not look up.
Some
Soggy
of it.
corn
It depends
dog.
on how long you hold it upside down.
All right. It could be soup, depending on how soggy we're talking about. I had this argument in real life with someone from Chicago because they were trying to convince me that an Italian beef is the what is it, dip beef? It's a fucking roast beef sandwich, but they dunk the shit in soup.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, look, if it no longer has any, if you can't hold it, it's a soup.
But you
And
can
you're just
always
trying
hold
to
the
eat a
hot
soup.
dog. The hot dog will never absorb enough liquid to become a soup.
And then it's a hot dog.
I can get a vegetable out of a soup and hold it. It doesn't make that a sandwich.
Right.
But it was
exactly what I
together
told
to
him.
begin with.
Then it's one
A
ingredient.
hot dog
Yeah,
is an
you're right.
individual ingredient, which does not qualify.
No, it's a hot dog.
A hot dog does not qualify under soup, sandwich, or salad because it is an individual ingredient of one of those things.
We're talking about the dish, not the
I'm gonna have a whole podcast.
I thought you were telling Daxter that. Like you looked at Daxter. You said we're talking about a
Listen,
podcast,
you idiot.
I also thought you were talking to Dexter.
It's just cute, so I was looking at it while I was talking.
That's
right. Q, what's your character detail?
My character fact is that Reese has been planning to drop out of high school since freshman year. Never got the courage to do it. Never had the reason to.
But you found it.
But he found it. He's been planning to drop out as soon as life moved in a certain direction that would allow him to do so. And so, yeah, that's the whole jam is that he only stuck around because of like free, unlimited access to libraries. He does a lot of his learning on his own. Doesn't pay attention in class. Goes home. He's able to study and teach himself. And yeah. So it's going to be pretty easy to convince his parents because they don't really buy into the necessary, like, go to high school, go to college, get a job, working 9 to 5. They don't subscribe to all that bullshit. Like, so yeah, it's going to be fairly easy, I believe, as Reese's player. It should be fairly easy to kind of like present it and then give them the thoughts that he's been having on it, and then carry on forward with it. It's like, I've already got the paperwork to get my GED. I can test out of so much of this stuff. I can finish high school now.
Your mom is a lawyer and your dad's an electrical engineer. I'm pretty sure they schooled.
Yeah, no, they definitely schooled, but it was because they, in order to do the things that they do, they needed those degrees in order for the world to qualify them. They know that, like, if they had been able to just study on their own, then they could, and begin doing those jobs, then they could have.
Okay.
And Reese's dad is kind of the same way. He, like, through his engineering school, he basically was self-taught. He went to his lectures and stuff like that and listened and paid attention and everything. He was a good student, but also he was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna hit the books.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like one of those things where your parents know you well enough that if Reese was a different kid, they would worry about it, but they know their son. They know Martin. They know that he's gonna do what he's gonna do. He's gonna do what he needs to do.
So Martin has never really never major lied to them in any kind of way. So it's not like he just basically just tells his parents everything because his parents trust him enough to come to a logical and sensible conclusion about things. They trust him to make decisions, and if he fucks up or makes a mistake, they trust that he is responsible enough to own up to it and do his best to fix it. So, yeah.
Cory?
First of all, I need to amend something I said earlier because I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Like that character moment I had with Grant with the Ricky thing, like that was great. That was all very good. That was stuff I really enjoyed. My favorite moment was that you gave me my fucking cat. What am I talking about? So this will likely in some form or fashion come back in a way that is, if not story significant, at least story present later. This is something that behind the scenes y'all already know, but I haven't said. Grant is gay. I made a offhand joke that was easy to miss last episode along those veins with him, but yeah, Grant is gay. I wouldn't say he is. He's not vocal about it, but he's also not necessarily closeted. Like, it's not something he's hiding. It's just not something that he shouts to the rooftops. Like,
not something he cares to share.
Exactly. Like, for instance, Zach knows. There's no way Zach doesn't know. Zach met Grant's ex at one point for sure. Yeah, good. So Zach knows, but it's not something he hides, but it's also not something that he's going around just flaunting. Pride or Pride merch isn't really his style.
Zach probably makes it a point to go through and delete any homophobic content on that TikTok. Any comments, rather.
Yeah.
Just quietly without mentioning it.
You all said I got to give Cameron one last week, so
Always.
Cameron is 17.
Loves football.
He's 17, same age as Reese, but he's in your all's grade.
Oh, okay.
Well,
did he get held back? Did he start late?
Held back. It doesn't matter to say it. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, shit happens.
So, let's see. Character details. Fan questions. We're going to start with the easy one first. We have, because it's wrote down. We'll get to the second one in a second. So, first one is from Casey. From, you guys know her from Animorphs Anonymous and from our every single Hirac Delest. She's asked us a question. Thank you, Casey.
He is lovely.
You're the best.
And you mean the world famous artist of Beside You?
That one. And you can...
And the Elements cards.
And you can check out... You can read them for free.
Those,
but you can support
she went
her on
viral.
Patreon. She's viral.
Amazing. She did.
She did go viral, yeah, for her
Casey-
Elements cards.
I hope she went to the doctor.
No, she
Shut up, Cory.
did not. It was sick in a good way.
The
Yeah.
Casey that's been asking us questions, that's the same Casey that did the Horse Girls podcast album art.
The logo, yeah, that
That's
was
same-
also her.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
Alex.
She's everywhere.
Casey asks...
Incredible.
Besides morphing, what superpower would each character choose? Which X-Men power? So,
Would each character choose?
yeah.
Character.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
I know what Nate would choose.
I know.
I'll go first.
Zach would choose.
Okay,
Go ahead.
go.
Someone else.
Nightcrawler, teleportation, 100%. Like just
Pretty good
being wherever I want to be within line of sight or where I remember, absolutely. And Reese is the same way. He just if he could like go straight from being in his room to being out in the woods, and just hang out for the day and then go right back. No transition, no packing, nothing. Absolutely. Teleportation.
Zach's favorite X-Man. Zach does not talk about comics, but Zach knows about comics. He doesn't talk about comics because when he used to talk about comics, people made fun of him because his favorite character is Dazzler.
Oh, cool.
And nobody likes Dazzler. But he fucking loves Dazzler.
Does Nate like that?
Nate loves Dazzler because Nate loves all the X-Men. But Zach's really specifically honed in on hell yeah, she's a rock star and a movie star, and she could do all this cool stuff, and she's a superhero. It's amazing. Big fan.
Yeah.
But he would probably like her powers, really, just because he loves her character so much. But he could find some excuse to use them in a TikTok, which is his whole thing. So,
Hell yeah.
Q, I know you had to go at 3. Do you want to hop off, or do you want to?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hop out, and I'll listen to the rest of the Hirac Delest with the rest of the of society. But yeah, it's been an absolute blast, and I love you all.
Okay,
all right, later, man.
I'm switching us on so you can all see us. 1 second. They should be able to see us now.
Let's see. They can.
I can't. Oh, there it is.
Woo!
Cool.
Woo!
So yeah, Cory, Alex, which one of you guys want to go next?
My thought is I was like, I don't know if an X-Men can do this, but I looked and there at least is someone who did it. I was like, surely there's someone who's been able to do this.
Tell me the power first so I can see if I can guess.
Yeah, I want to know.
Okay. What Grant would want is basically a Midas touch, because he Grant is very much redistribute the wealth. uh,
There's a villain in the worst X-Men ever who I think ends up going by Midas. I don't remember his name.
That sounds familiar to me too.
yeah, I did see someone like that. There is someone I'm looking at here who a young Japanese mutant named
Nope.
Kiza, who
That
she
ain't him.
could, yep, she could turn matter into solid gold, and her skin burned in contact with oxygen, or someone's did.
Oh wow.
Apparently, it was one of those things where like mutant power is so bad that she did herself. She statued herself. But yeah, he would. Midas touch is really the thought, just because like not even for it. Like he doesn't want like a gold rimmed jet ski. He doesn't really care. He just the ability to help people, get people out of situations. Be like, hey, here's a rock.
Robin Hood Midas touch.
Yeah,
Ah,
pretty much.
Riches. His name is Riches.
Riches. Okay.
Yeah, he's I think got a twin sister named Rags. There's Rags and Riches,
Oh, okay.
and one of them can turn everything to dust, and he can turn everything to gold.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, and he has a villain arc. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Alex.
That's a good one though.
Yeah. This is good.
I'm gonna make this a kind of a twofold thing where I'm gonna say something wild that Nate can say no to. But I like to think that the reason that Savannah would know anything about X-Men was because she and Nate watched Evolution together when they were kids. Zach. Well, no, Nate
There was
specifically
another
came
one.
into
I
this.
came
Zach.
into the story. Yes.
You came into the story. No, Zach and Savannah watched it together when they were kids. Sweet. It's not her favorite X-Men person, but I think Mystique's powers from Evolution, where she can turn into animals.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
If Savannah ever finds out about Beast Boy, she's gonna be just
She's gonna
amazed.
lose her fucking mind.
Yeah.
As far as like you were talking about evolution, and a lot of there are many different thoughts that Cory would have on what he would want, but I have always liked the idea of this, and it's not done very often, and it's often not done well. The idea of being able to like grow your bones out of your skin and use them as weapons is really cool. So Spike is,
Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there is a Naruto character who does it. Fights a drunk child.
What are Cameron's powers?
Cameron, so he doesn't know superheroes too well.
Rock slide.
If they were to ask, he would get serious, and he would say, "Is there any X-Men that can bring people back from the dead?" And that's
Oh shit!
what you would get.
Poor Cameron.
Oh,
That's
damn.
all right.
Alex's theory confirmed.
I doubt it.
Okay, now I'm
Is
gonna.
Cameron's mom's name Ava? I'm just.
Oh no. No. That's bad.
I'm
All
gonna,
right.
I'm gonna try
what?
to play
Yes.
this question now. So we have at the top of the show, you guys saw that there is a Big Zoe's merch number that you can call. And we've had somebody call it and ask a question. I'm gonna try to play the message for everybody, so I need you guys to be quiet for 32 seconds, and then I'll read you what the message was. Here I go.
Hi, this is Tim. I am
Nothing.
calling to leave my
shame.
question for the Hirac Delest. I would like to know what every character's favorite movie is. And then I'd like to know what every player's favorite movie is so that we can compare and contrast. Thank you.
All right. I'm gonna read it out to you guys now. I just heard it like back playing, so I know Cory's heard it. But it says, "Hi, this is Tim. I'm calling to leave my question for the Hirac Delest. I would like to know what every character's favorite movie is, and then I'd like to know what every player's favorite movie is, so that we can compare and contrast. Thank you." Who hasn't started? Alex, you almost started and switched with Zach, so that counts for both of you. Corey.
Oh shit. I mean, I got a few different things that it could be, but if I sat here and oh, never mind. I'm gonna pick a. It's hard to pick one out of them, but Back to the Future is Corey's. Probably Back to the Future 2 if I had to pick one of the three, but I love the trilogy. Grant really likes one of those things, another one of these things where we're getting behind the scenes on things that Grant doesn't tell people for his persona's sake. This is true of Corey as well, but Grant's favorite movie is Mean Girls.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Zach.
I think Zach was exposed to Lords of Dogtown very young.
Nice. I love
and
Lords
that
of Dogtown.
Really hit him hard, and he has now seen every skate movie there is, including the Disney Channel made-for-TV movie Brink.
Hell yeah.
I
And
love
Brink
that movie too.
is his favorite movie.
Yes.
But if anybody asks, he says it's Lords of Dogtown, because fucking you don't say you love Brink. Come on. Nate's favorite movie, every Star Wars. I don't know. Of those, probably Rogue One is my fave. Although, goddamn, Endgame is good.
Yeah, dude, I'm right there with you on this.
What's that?
Did you say Endgame?
Yeah, Endgame, Infinity War Endgame. Oh, man.
Endgame.
Oh, man. But you really got to watch all of the whole Marvel MCU thing for it to really matter.
Yeah, it's not really Endgame
By itself is not really great.
Yeah, it breaks the mold of not actually being a cohesive movie.
Right.
I watched like highlights, like the best Marvel entrances of all the movies in 15 minutes, something like that. And when
the portal scene,
that, and when it's just Thor, Cap, and Iron Man, it's like the they're like some of the original Avengers, and those three standing there, and the lightning comes down, and Thor gets his shit on. That, just watching that clip, like, gave me like a choke up in my throat moment. I don't know.
Really quick, I still want someone to edit in the Defenders into the portal scene, just in the background.
Yes.
If fucking Luke Cage had stepped out of a portal, my head would have fucking exploded.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry. More shit to talk about later.
What about Savannah and Alex? What are their favorite movies?
So glad you gave me this amount of time to think about it, because I was having so much trouble, but now I'm there. This first one, just preface it, Casey, don't at me when you hear this answer. Savannah's favorite movie is gonna be Fly Away Home.
I love that movie too when I was young.
It's a great movie.
Man. Like having really wide hips. That's in the movie. I just remember that from the movie.
Casey I used to put it on when I was at college to just be something to play in the background like every day, and I've never watched it since then. It's been like 10 years and I have not watched it one time since. But Alex's favorite movie is Jurassic Park, obviously. No questions asked.
Never heard of it.
Well, then let's sit down and watch it right now.
Deal.
Keep the stream going. We're all going to watch it together.
Man, I think my wife would be mad.
You and I watched it together 3 days ago.
And it was a delight. How many times did I tell you cool facts about stuff? I paused the movie.
Alex did pause the movie a lot to tell me cool facts about Jurassic Park and differences in the book and stuff. She's a big dork.
I know the next time we watch it, Samuel L. Jackson's going to make it out.
He's gonna.
Yeah,
Next time's the one.
Austin heard that we were watching this movie. It was like, I think Samuel L. Jackson is gonna make it out this time, and
he almost did.
That's not how movies work.
Well,
I did tell Alex was like, what do I say back to him? I was like, tell him maybe next time.
See, you played into it, so now I'm confused. Do they? Cameron's favorite movie is Gridiron Gang with The Rock.
Wow.
Austin's favorite movie, I would have to go with either Endgame or a Star Wars movie, and possibly Rogue One. Me and Nate are like right here.
On the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Best friends.
Would you say Nate gets it?
Nate, you get it, bro. Corey
I do
really
get
gets it, but you get it.
Um,
This is my
I'm gonna
rock.
I'm gonna warp two of these questions together now, and it's not a super hard question because there is a right answer. But what's everyone's favorite X-Men movie?
Oh,
None of them. Fuck you.
Deadpool.
Well, or Deadpool. Deadpool's the right answer.
The right
Actually,
answer.
I would have said Deadpool had I
Yeah.
thought about it for a second.
No way.
I almost would have said Deadpool, but the right answer is Logan.
Still wrong. Still
Of
wrong.
of the Foxman movies that doesn't count Deadpool, Logan would be up there. Yeah, because that's the only one that stands alone enough
Are
and
you gonna say
isn't.
Apocalypse, Alex? What do you?
No,
No, none of them.
no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say not that it's like the greatest movie ever, but the first X-Men movie because that Animorphs, Shawn Ashmore, X-Men got me into X-Men.
Okay.
I mean, I like the original X-Men movie a lot too, and it did a lot of heavy lifting in starting this big craze of superhero movies that got us where we are.
Was Sean? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The first X-Men movie because it kicked off the other than Batman, it kicked off the superhero movie. But was Sean?
The Batman can't.
He was
be
Iceman.
different.
Shawn Ashmore is Iceman.
Was he in
He's
the
Iceman,
first
yeah.
one though?
Yeah, he
Yes.
was.
Okay. Yeah, I knew he was Iceman. That was cool. But,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
uh,
So that's how I got there.
and so we started off this Hirac Delest with 2 questions, but we got a third one in the chat. The Tequila Tyrant asks about video games, which I'm assuming he's saying, what's your character's favorite video game? I'll start with Cameron. Madden 2K, whatever year it is.
Oh my god, it so is too. He thinks he's a gamer because he's got an Xbox fucking 360 and he's got Madden 2021.
Dude, I'm such a gamer. I play like
And his like the custom character he made that looks like him.
Yeah.
All of his stats are like perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about Austin?
My favorite video game, I think it's Final Fantasy 9.
9?
Yeah.
play
Oh no,
9.
KOTOR 1.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
KOTOR's really good. I'll go next. So Zach, Tony Hawk, every single one of them, and Skate, every single one of them. He got into ska. I've said this in chat, but I'll canonize it here. He got into ska because of Goldfinger being in the Tony Hawk games. Like that's where he first heard it, and he was like, "Man, this song is the shit. What is this?" And like figured out what it was, and started listening to a lot of ska that way.
Music
And
politics.
what ska?
No, Goldfinger. Sorry.
Oh.
Go ahead.
It's fine. Nate's favorite game is Ocarina of Time. No question. KOTOR is extremely good. Lots of other games are extremely good. Skyrim is the man, of course, for all time. Fallout's really cool. But Ocarina of Time, you don't beat Ocarina of Time. But you have to have played it when it came out, having grown up in the 90s. Like, saying it now is the best game doesn't work because people just play it and they're like, yeah, it's all right. But you have to have been there for the switch from a flat top down to wait a minute, he's in 3D.
So I had seen but not played Ocarina of Time growing up. My random college roommate, who later became my best friend, as that happens, he heard that I had not played Ocarina of Time and was like, "No, you have to play it." And which is Tequila Tyrant in here asking this question actually. He made it a point that I had to play this game and was ripping his fucking hair out at watching me play as an 18-year-old adult. Watching me play this game for the first time. I think when I fought Ganon at the end, I was like circling around him and hitting him occasionally with the hook shot and then hitting him and rolling away. He's like, I've never seen anyone do this way. What the fuck are you doing? I was like, it's working. He was like, it shouldn't be. It is, but it shouldn't be. I'm very upset. He could not handle it. Anyways, I think that Grant, I've covered before that Grant is very bad at video games. I think his favorite games are I think his favorite game is The Last of Us, and I think he tends towards games like that. He
Chat's going off for some reason. You must be hitting some triggers.
He's just an angry man. I'm talking about how we were friends and we've been friends, and how he hates watching me play Ocarina of Time and shit. He's losing it. Anyways, I think The Last of Us, and then he also likes a lot of Telltale games and stuff like that. Games that Last of Us, he could put it on easy mode and enjoy the story. Like, anything that he can enjoy the story of the game and it's a fun time, but like doesn't challenge him is great because he sucks shit. Cory's favorite video game of all time is Super Mario Sunshine.
It's a me.
Mario.
Alex, do you have a video game that you like?
Yeah.
Savannah likes?
I have both.
Yeah.
Yeah, Savannah's favorite video game is whichever one anybody would let her play. She didn't have her own gaming system, so like if you would invite her over to play with you, she'd be very happy about that.
Totally. We played all kinds of shit.
I'm sure. So and she's not good at any of them, but she just, if you will let her play, she's happy to hang out with you. Alex's favorite video game is Spyro.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Wow.
That's such a girl favorite game. Not to be that guy, but every person I know that identifies female fucking loves that fucking game. And I don't get it. It was
How do you
fine.
not get it? It's a great game.
It was fine. I just never got into it. I don't know.
You could I just remember ramming so many butts with my horn.
Yep. That happens a lot.
Like out at the club, or
Yeah.
Ramming butts with my horn. The new hit single.
By me. I'm going to start it. It's going to be a
Oh,
pop
no.
ballad.
Do we have any more items on our checklist?
Yeah, a few.
Mr. DM?
Grant rumors.
Goddamn, really?
Great rumors.
Oh, man.
God. Do we have them on Twitter? Where do we get?
Figure them out.
Yeah.
Guess them.
Guess it. Just
Guess it now. Go. And if you get it wrong, you're kicked off the show.
I don't like this.
I got a good one. He sold his kidney once. Well, he sold one of his kidneys. Just
He sold out.
don't know what he did with them.
I like how you had to specify once as if there could be a second time.
Yeah, I didn't
His kidneys, and they had to put the second one back in because he didn't realize that you needed both of them, or at least one of them.
He was like, "Yeah, you can have both." Oh wait.
Wait, where did that one come through? Oh. I'm trying to find it, Alex. I can't find it.
You want mine?
Yeah. Is that
Oh, I can say mine.
Well,
I
Cory?
tweeted it at you.
Me or at
Austin.
Oh.
You don't answer me on Twitter,
here
or
it
other
is.
I would have tweeted it.
I do sometimes.
I spelled Grant rumors wrong. That's why.
Granat.
I'm going to throw it in the game chat for you.
Okay.
Before Tequila Tyrant totally loses his mind, Spyro's a good game. I'm not saying it's not a good game. I'm just saying anybody that says it's their favorite game is usually
That's right. This is a very good one. Yes. Alex says, I heard Grant once let 3 pigs into the school before Christmas break, but he painted a 1, 2, and 4 on them, so the janitor had to spend the entire break looking for pig number 3.
a good one.
And remember, 5 more Grant rumors, and we meet the stream goal. So, get them in.
Bring them out.
Name the episode is where we're at now.
Oh God.
Yeerks.
Do we go super serious and call it the burying of Oscar Chaplin?
That did come up when you first said the name the episode. It did pop in my head, but that one I would kind of leave up to you guys. I don't.
It's very serious.
Yeah, I mean, to go with kind of the theme of how we tend to name them, if we were going to go that route, because that did occur to me too. I would say something like Bones and Burials.
I like picking a line that we said in the show. I really prefer that.
I like that too.
But I don't remember enough of what we said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is a time to think about it, though.
There is at the end of the letter he signed Oscar Chaplin, a free man. It could be like a free man or Oscar Chaplin.
I like a free man. Free Man is very good.
Yeah, and that kind of ties into we all know that we're good.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it also ties into the idea of like why we're doing this and the thought of, conversations that were had of like this is to
Ricky.
liberate the rest of humanity.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
like a
that's
free
it.
man.
A free man.
Okay.
You know what's the most badass line ever fucking written?
What's
After
that?
many attempts, the one who decides when I die will be myself.
That
Yeah.
quote came. I'm like wrote that out, of course, but the idea for that came from my freshman geography teacher because we were talking about something one day and he was like, I plan on dying when I'm 73. And we're like, how do you plan on dying when you're 73? He was like, you don't think you have control enough over your body when you get that age that you can stop it? And I was like, no, you're weird as fuck. I don't think that. But then it came back now. It came back now, and I was like, hey, maybe you can. And I thought that was
What grade was this?
ninth.
Oh.
I will tell you this, and it's not in necessarily a like really grim dark way, more in a lived a long life and helped a lot of people and ailing. You said, the one who chooses when I die is myself. I very much thought he just took matters into his own hands. That's how that read.
Yeah, for sure. He had the gun right on the table.
I was going to say, I didn't think he thought really hard about it and stopped breathing.
Huh?
Well, maybe he did. Maybe he slashed his own throat with his wrist blades. A free man. Live free or die.
Die.
So now he's a horse Bahir.
No. I just thought I would tie it together for you.
No, you don't remember? He had blades strapped onto his wrist. You don't remember?
And that's why we couldn't find his house. It was protected by the slidey, wibbly wobbly element scale.
He tricked the elemist into thinking he was a horse Bashir.
Oscar Chaplin fucking pops into the chat real quick, pushes his way through, and he goes, "My power would be Wolverine."
So before we get to like our Twitters and everything else, does anybody have any closing statements on the episode? Good job is mine to you guys. That was
glad we're out of the fucking woods.
You made it through.
Yeah. Anyway, time to finally play some Animorphs D&D.
Yeah.
We did it for like an episode, and then we went, all right.
Time to go in the woods.
So the next stream is going to be on the 17th, October 17th. The stream after that would be on October 31st, but we're not playing a D&DB game that day. We're going to be doing some Hero Forge stuff. Come check it out. It'll be fun. We're taking a break from the game for Halloween and doing some other stuff. But we'll be back. We'll be back. Yeah, so let's do Alex. You want to do your socials and stuff?
Sure. You can find me on a bunch of stuff. Animorphs Anonymous is probably what I'm known for the most, and all my socials there are at Animorphs Anonymous or Animorphs Anon. If you can't fit the whole thing in there, like on Twitter and Instagram. I'm also on Horse Girls, so you can find me on Horse Girls Cast on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. And another podcast called Cadmus to Crisis, so you can check me out on all of those things.
Sweet. Cory?
I am at Rum Renegade on Twitter. I'm rarely ever there, but if you shout into the void, sometimes the void shouts back.
Nate?
I am the Splintersmith on almost all social media. I have a Twitch that I'm on regularly called Splintersmith, and it has a YouTube channel attached to it called Splintersmith Gaming, which separates it from my woodworking channel, which is the Splintersmith. I'm also on another Animorphs podcast called Sporadic Phantoms, and it's real good. You should look it up.
Speaking of Sporadic Phantoms, next episode you guys might want to check out. There's might be some
other motherfuckers on there.
Yeah. You guys can find and tweet all of us at DNDBpod, P-O-D. Of course, use hashtag Grant Rumors if you're doing a Grant Rumor. Hashtag DNDB, POD if you're just tweeting about the show. You guys can catch us every other Sunday here, 11 EST AM at twitch.tv/CZDrop. You can find all the VODs on Dungeons and Dracon Beams on YouTube and all the podcatchers. We're there. Just search us, find us.
Please subscribe so
Please.
we can
Yes.
get them numbers up so that we can be more discoverable.
We got some stuff planned, or we got some plans to plan some stuff if we reach affiliate. So do it. And
Plans on plans on plans.
Yep. Until next
What
time.
are Cameron's socials? I'm just kidding.
What's the camera? Check out
Cameron's
my
socials.
OnlyFans.
Ah!
All right. So
He's underage. Come on.
based on last episode's sign off, what historical figure are we gonna pick on today?
We were talking about Washington earlier. Fuck Washington.
Yeah, he's kind of shitty. He owned slaves and shit. Not a great guy.
Heard he was 10'4" and weighed a fucking ton.
Fuck that dude.
fuck George Washington,
Four.
but not Carver.
It feels
George Washington
historically
Carver.
inaccurate.
Yeah.
What did we say? Hang on. Do you want me to say it again?
No.
All right. Then we're gone.
Fuck you, George Washington. Bye.
I gotta go.